These are P2P exercises for lateral cross and also lateral line. So they're going to double down. So you notice I'm using a medium-sized strength band right now, so something that provides a medium amount of torque. Obviously, you can adjust up or down. With new clients, use a thinner band. With more advanced clients, you can use a thicker band. So it's locked into the upper portion of my hip to try and distract and pull my hip to the side. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to allow the hip to shift, and as the hip shifts sideways, I'm going to bend away from it. So that's going to stretch my QLs. Okay, it's going to stretch my groin on that side. It's going to strengthen that glute. So we're going to get that activation and side bend. So the idea is to have the band, pull the hip, and then I lengthen down. So I'm going to push my hand towards the ground and press the other arm over top. So that's one. That takes care of the lower portion of the lateral cross. Then we're going to do the upper portion. So the first thing you do is take the hand, slide it through, and then lock into your wrist. Then all you need to do from here is have where this is pulling your shoulder across your body. So from this position, you're going to sit down to a child's pose, put the other hand over top, it's not doing any work, and try and C-curve your spine. So notice how I'm bending my curve in my spine and keeping my head down while trying to keep my butt close to my hips. So my butt goes down, I bend into the C-curve, and I place my hands on the ground. And then a little add of turning the shoulder down can help stretch out this opposite lat. So what we're doing is stretching this lat and posterior capsule of the shoulder. Those are two banded exercises. Now I'm going to move on to the stability ball exercises, which are moving us up. So now we're integrating, again, the core in a strengthening kind of way. So I'm going to turn sideways to the ball. The ball's going to end up on my hip. I'm on top of the ball. My bottom foot goes forward, my top leg goes back. And I want hip extension, so make sure my leg doesn't come forward. I need to make sure there's hip extension. So that requires me also to use a posterior pelvic tilt, torso perpendicular to the ball. The lower I am in the ball, the easier it gets. So from this position, hands can be here, hands can be here, hands could be as long as here. I'm just going to drop my body down. My elbow's going to touch the ball. I'm going to pull into the ball, and I'm going to bring myself up strong. Okay, drop down. I could add a stretching action in here if my focus here is on stretching that side. And if I'm trying to strengthen this side, I'm going to pull myself up. That strengthens the inner thigh on the bottom leg, the outer thigh or abductors on the top leg, and my QLs and lateral flexors on the top side as well. And I can use it in all kinds of different ways depending on how I apply it. Last but not least, I take the ball and put it up against the wall. So Shelly's going to change angle so you can see the way I've set this up. So the ball goes at hip height. Right at the middle of the ball is at femur height. I got a slight angle out, so I'm not standing perfectly straight, I angle out slightly. Step one is to take this drop hip and bring it up. That's step one, to get that lateral up tilt and keep the hip levels relatively even. From that position, I use a partial squat, making sure my hip levels stay even. If they don't, you got a re-up tilt. And that fires the glute instantly. And I drive into the wall, right from this position, and then if my hips aren't square forward, bring them forward, which again brings the glute back in. So down, hip up, drive the leg straight, rotate that ball forward to make sure everything's nice and flat and straight and posturally aligned. You should have strong activation on the outside glute. The squat pattern is only deep as necessary to keep loading through a proper tripod into the foot, while obviously emphasis with the inside edge of the foot. Those are your corrective exercises for the lateral line.